Right. So, hello, dear beloved. Welcome to this Twinflame energy check-in. We are here to see what are the current energies within the collective. Today, I was not feeling called to pull tarot for some reason, and I thought I had all the decks, but let me just use this one as well. I was feeling called to it. Maybe something here as well. I hope you all are feeling well. So let's put a masculine, one for the feminine, please. Wow. Okay, this is amazing. Okay. So today I haven't pulled out any tarot. I'm only pulling out oracle cards, and there's just this one message deck. For some of you, I felt like certain messages are wanting to come across from your person, like from your 3D person. But for mostly, I feel like I just wanted to do a reading for your own self. Like, what is it that you need to be paying attention to? So there are many animal spirits coming in. All right, multiple animal spirits coming in. Who are helping us, guiding us at this point of time. For most of us, like the root chakra is affected, fears coming up, and these are not fear of the known. This is not a fear of the known. This is like fear of the unknown, right? So things that you are scared of, but you yourself might not realize that until the moment it shows up, it pops up on your face, in your face, not on your face. I hope it's not popping up on your face. Right? So these fears come up to show us our own limitation as being this physical human self, in this physical vessel, right? And you might think yourself to be very brave, you might think yourself to be very courageous, but when things like these show up in the moment, like nature has a way of being very fierce, sometimes with her messages as well, right? Sometimes with her guidance as well. So the guidance that you receive from your oracle, from Divine Mother, not always is going to be all soft and cuddly. Sometimes it's going to be very, very like in your face. It shakes you up a little bit, and that's what yesterday's energy was about. So it was all about relaxing into your own body. We are learning how to relax within our own physical vessel and to see our fears while taking a step back from our own identifications. When you step back into your own identification, like who this person is, you start seeing the fear itself, right? And how unreasonable it is, because ultimately even the object of fear is something beautiful to behold, right? Because it is a part of nature, it's a part of Mother Nature itself, right? So talking about animal guides, animal spirits coming in, yesterday we had the centipede come in a very grand sort of an entrance, and it left also with a grand exit. And all the while, because it's something which I am really scared of it. Like, I will start shitting bricks when I when I see a centipede. I don't know why, for some reason. It's like, and growing up as a child, I always had this fear of cockroaches, not the small tiny ones, like the big, the ones that can fly. I know, like, everyone is quite a brave heart when it comes to a flying cockroach. But yes, so that's a something small that was coming up. Not small, but it certainly had my eyeballs. So, I kept on looking at it, and then all of these understandings started coming to me, about the current situation, right? The current situation that you find yourself to be in, you are much more resilient than you previously thought yourself to be, right? If you just allow yourself to relax in your body, to take a moment, disconnect from all of the chaos that is going on around, come into your own stillness, come into your own peace, allow your thoughts to rest, and you will find your answer there, right? And right now is a moment for you to be resilient, for you to keep on pushing forward. You might not know the path that you are on clearly, exactly if it is the right path or not, am I going in the right direction or not, because centipedes are quite like flexible. They are highly flexible, and they represent adaptability, right? Is being able to adapt to any sort of a situation, any sort of circumstance, like coming across very overbearing, dominating kind of personalities in front of you, but it's distorted masculine, right? But you know how to even move around it, like with ease, right? So without having your ego triggered, you can also do that. And then I had a very beautiful, like, white spider come in, a very tiny white spider. I've never seen a white spider before, but spider medicine is something that I really cherish, something that I really look forward to, because it speaks to me about being creative in finding solutions, in being creative in finding your way out of your situation, right? Knowing that there is always a way, and that everything is connected, like the great web which is spun. Everything is interconnected in the great cosmic web as well, right? We all are interconnected. Right now you're here at this live, and we are connecting with each other, right? We are also somewhere there's a silken thread that is coming from you to me as well, right? So we all are inextricably, beautifully interconnected in this grand scheme of things, and we know that everything is going to fall into place ultimately, right? And spider medicine also speaks to me about, again, being creative, being resilient, being patient, right? Because there are sometimes many days in which the spider, she will just sit at the center of a web and just like wait patiently for her next meal time. So that's coming in for some of you. And finally we have the eagle spirit coming up, which asks us to raise our standards, not for others but first for ourselves, right? And again, eagles are the only birds which will fly above the rainstorm clouds, right? It will not get wet, but it will fly above the gray clouds, right? Not get affected by the rain. And even when it gets wet, like, eagle feathers are very waxy in nature, so the water will just like slide off. Right? So eagle spirit calls us to have an overview of this situation. Always look at the situation from the eyes of spirit, from the eyes of higher spiritual knowledge, right? Everything that you have learned, everything that you have gathered during this short time on your spiritual journey, you can put it to use and see things from a soul perspective, right? Do not come into egoic identifications. Oh, this happened, that happened, or I did so and so, and the other person could not return that back to me. And we might get caught up in all of these like intricacies, right? But when you shed your identifications, and when you start seeing everything from soul perspective, everything from God perspective, so to speak, right, from a place of higher conscious awareness, you start seeing that everything is unfolding exactly perfectly as it should. Not as you want it to be, but it's exactly unfolding as it should, right? As it must. Okay, many people saying many things. I've missed all of the comments. The title says fix the root and my root chakra area, and that very point is paining very much. Purging too. I just finished crying. Some good transformation happening. It's very like this root chakra purge is happening for all of us at various different degrees, different angles, different life areas, but it's something that cannot be missed at this point of time. Today I applied my essential oil also was root chakra, and I'm wearing red also today, red and white, and I'm like down in my health as well. So I feel like for some of you it might be with regards to fears, like actual physical fears. For some of you it might be like facing your emotional fear of being rejected, being criticized, being abandoned, being betrayed, right? So some of us are healing that. Some of us are also healing our own thought based fear, right? Creating fear in your own thought space. And right now we are just some of us also might be dealing with financial issues, right? So that's been going on for the feminine for a very, very long time, but I feel like it's now coming into a close. That's why we are here dealing with it, right? So lack mindset or lack mentality, please pay focus to it so that you can welcome all of the abundance that the universe wants to bring into you at this point of time. God wants you to prosper. God wants you to flourish, right? Because you are a kind heart, you're a kind soul, you hold soft energy, and that is why that protection is always there from divine masculine. When I say divine masculine, it means God, right? Because most of the other places is like, oh, DM is coming, DM is thinking this, thinking that. नहीं, देखो जब वो वाकई में DM होंगे ना, तो आपको दिख जाएगा सामने. You wouldn't want to sit and have a reading about it. Why? That's why they are awakened in their sense perceptions. They are awakened in their vision. They are awakened in their knowing. They are awakened in their heart space as well. Right? I know this is my divine feminine. This is my feminine. She is my part. She is a part of me. Right? And they would act in that way. They would show up in that way. Right? So when I say divine masculine, it means the highest self, the masculine energy, the highest self. Right? So that protection is always there for your feminine. When you feel like you are in your softer energies, or you're feeling more vulnerable, that protection, that provision will always be there around you, like somewhere, in some form, in some shape. It might come across in the form of your father, it may come across in the form of your brother, it may come across in the form of a friend who might be a girl, right, who might be of a feminine gender, but then too, she's holding that space, she's holding that container for you, right? Where you can just allow things to flow, just be yourself, right? The title says fix the root and my root chakra area. So I mentioned in the title today, fix the root and the flower fixes itself, and that is what we are doing. We are working with our own root. Look at this. For the feminine, I can't make these things up. You must be thinking like Kanupriya must be like having certain cards pehle se, and then pura script banega and she will say this like in a very dramatic way. नहीं, ये सारी चीजें ऐसी हैं कि it is so powerful, so magical how things just like fall into place without even trying, like without even I just get speechless many of the times, right? So this card already fell out, right? Before after I wrote the title, this card fell out, right? So when we work towards our root chakra, some of the feminines also might be wondering like, okay, now I am on this journey, it is about inner work, it is about spirituality, but where do I start? I don't know where to start. I want to start with chakra healing. Where do I start? I say start from the root, start from the base, start from your body, your own physical vessel, right? So when you start from the root, automatically, because that is where the energy is stuck, right? First and foremost, that's the first rite of passage. So deal with your fears, deal with your mindset, lack mindset, deal with issues around security, issues around trust, right? Deal with your physical well-being, right? Any habit, any dietary practice, any routine issues that you might be having, if you address that first, automatically the energy gets cleared and starts moving upwards, right, towards the next one. Some good transformation happening. भाई अभी ही याद किया था आपको. साइट एरो से तुमने पुकारा और हम चले आए. हाय ब्यूटीफुल, अभी याद ही किया. सब सब याद कर रहे हैं, सब याद कर रहे हैं. Yes, I guess she gets it intuitively, telepathically when we exactly need her. It just happens, okay? So it's like there's no mind involved here. Shiny saying, girl, I've been purging severely since full moon and it's been very uncomfortable, but I'm sitting with it. I know it's bringing huge transformation, so accepting and being grateful for it. Lovely. I know it's not at all difficult. Not at all difficult? Perhaps it is not at all difficult for you. दी कॉकरोच मेरे कान में चल गया था, डॉक्टर से निकला. ओ दैट इज अनदर फियर दैट आई, ओ गॉड, दैट इज अनदर फियर दैट आई हैड. समझ में नहीं आया सडनली कैसे हो, ये सब सोच के भी अजीब लग रहा है. एंड शॉकिंग इज अलाइव आफ्टर दिस प्रोसेस, ओ गॉड. डैम. So it's all about the root today. We are all pouring out about our fears, what all fears we have. I saw a white spider recently. I was excited to see it. It was playing on my body. Lovely. The white spider that I saw yesterday, I wanted to film it, but as soon as I started filming it, it was like, no. It started going frantic. So I thought like maybe it does not like the camera or something. So I just put it aside. I was just with it, beside it. And then all of a sudden it went like all of its hands, all of its legs, it just put in this direction and then it slept. It started resting. So it was just chilling with the spider. There's only one creature I'm scared of and I'm dead scared of is spiders. Last summer I caught a snake, venomous baby snake by the hand, but spiders scare me like hell. I don't like spider webs. The spider itself, it just irks me for some reason, and I kept on finding spiders here and there. So it's something to look into. Like I was made to face it. I was like, no, let me just stand here for a second, and see what exactly is scary about this, because it's a creature created by nature. It's created by my mother, right? So why am I so withdrawn here? So I just sat with myself, and within a couple of seconds I was like, okay, it's like fine, it's not that scary, right? I'm just allowing myself to be in that space. We are both like sharing the same space, so it's like let me see what exactly is scary about it. I kept on finding spiders here and there. And you know what, in Navajo tribe, in these Native American lores, they really revere spider, and they associate spider medicine with like the spider woman. Like she's the feminine embodied, right? So the spider represents divine feminine energy, right, of creation. Like she creates the web, and similarly Mahamaya is also like the divine web, right? She's the matrix, she's the creatrix. So that's why it's so beautiful to even consider all of this, right? Then I looked up spiritual meaning, and they talk about patience, right? दी गले में भी दर्द हो रहा है कल से. Okay. दी लेफ्ट कान गया था कॉकरोच छोटा. God, don't talk about it, please. How does one know that the root chakra is cleared? So when you can invite yourself to fully relax in your body most of the time, right? Because we are human and our energies keep on fluctuating here and there, but most of the time, if you feel like in certain situations where you should be scared, but you're able to think coolly, think calmly, and take the correct action, right? You are not blocked in your root. There is no fear of survival. If you are in survival mode, if you're constantly worrying about money, constantly worrying about housing, security, job, finances, where is it going to come from? Oh God, what will I do if I don't have money? What will I do if I fall sick? What will I do if I fall ill? Right? What will I do if someone asks me for money and I don't have it? Right? That's like mindset. So you are in your survival mode constantly. Like you might even be feeling it in your shoulders. They might be like tensed up. right? And in my teacher who taught me quantum reiki, he always says this, that our root is directly in connection with our third eye. They are both opposite mirror chakras, right? The root chakra and the third eye chakra are mirror chakras. So so when we are affected in our root, it directly affects our third eye, and if we are blocked in our third eye, it will affect our root as well. Why? Because there's a knowing. Third eye is what? Is simply knowing. Having a wider perception of existence, right? Knowing that you are here, always taken care of. Like, the birds don't need to worry about going to work and earning money, right? They know that food is provided, they know that seed is provided, they know that shelter is provided, they are looked after, taken care of by nature, by divine, right? So when God is there to take care of you, why are you so pumped up? Why are you cribbing about your situation, right? So if you can allow yourself to relax about these circumstances and situations, knowing, you already know that you are going to be taken care of, right? Even if there's a huge debt on your head, you know that the one who brought this debt to you always has the power to again resolve that situation. You simply need to be there, present with yourself, right? So if this sounds familiar, yes, congratulations, you are balanced in your root, right? Root chakra is always blocked by fear and insecurity. Also, this also might be physical, like insecurity. So if you have certain physical insecurities, if you feel insecure about your look, your weight, your body, there also lies the work, right? Of course, all beings sleep. Fun fact, I did not know this, but when I first got the little budgies, they used to like, ऐसे ऐसे करेंगे, अच्छी. I was like, oh, birds sneeze. Birds also sneeze. I didn't know that. Birds also yawn. So it's quite funny, but yes, they tend to do that. All beings rest. All beings take sleep, I guess. Fear of rejection coming in shortly. But ये क्यों होता है? Why is it there so much? It's kind of surprising, right? So it's not that you have not addressed it, but it with every cycle, that's why they say healing is it's in a spiral. Healing is not linear, right? So you feel like अभी तो मैंने इसको address किया था, अभी तो वो issue हुआ था, फिर मैंने बैठ के इसको process किया, I brought myself in awareness, and then it resolved, and then the situation was fine, but now it is here again, right? It is here again, but now it is at a deeper level. It's a very fine-tuned nuance that you will now see, right? So we always keep on coming back to that wounding. The core wounding will always be there, right? But with every layer of healing, right, we go a little bit deeper into our own subconscious, right? So it's there so much because we allowed so much, right? Female spiders are bigger in size as compared to the male spider, right? I never knew that I had it in me so strongly, the fear of rejection, right? And that's the core wounding, right? So that's the key word which we always need to remember when we are getting triggered, right? Because ultimately, especially emotionally, right? So emotionally, whenever you get triggered, especially from your counterpart, that is the core wounding which we need to then go deeper into. I'm being called to go back to creating that shadow work deck again. Oh God, that was a very, very heavy deck, and I could not deal with it. I just left it adha. And it was a very, very important deck which I was creating with the help of my sister, who is also a psychologist, by the way. So it was really cool working on these core woundings, right? So there was rejection, betrayal, abandonment, guilt, and all all of that, and then going deeper into it. Like, these are the main core wounds, the large parts, or you can call them like the wide areas, and then wherein lies small other factors as well. So just the other day I was called to again go back to it and complete it and get it printed, because I felt like right now at this point, no one is offering that kind of a shadow work deck. And it's a very heavy one, because you are like mindfully, you are descending into the basement, you're descending into the shadow, you're descending into the subconscious. So it's very scary. It's like, it's incredibly powerful as well. But then let me see if I can just bring myself to finish it and polish it and get it printed, because I feel like more and more of us are going to be in requirement of that. As we are carrying out the light work, it's important that we do these exercises on the regular basis, so that this work becomes easier for us. How much is left to finish the deck? The deck is finished, the deck is done. I just sat a couple of days ago. If you know me even a little bit, I'm very strong in my masculine capacity. So whenever I'm in it, I'm like completely, I complete decks and decks in just one sitting. In just 24 or 48 hours, I complete an entire deck. That's how I work. Like, I'm mad, but I work that way. My feet get swollen, my hands will get swollen and I will not get up until I finish it. But somehow I could not bring myself to finish that deck. But yes, I'm straying off track over here. But yeah, I will certainly come to polish that. Now only the finishing touches are remaining, so I'll finish it and hopefully I'll share it with you all soon. Shweta is asking, Karanpriya, what are these cycles? Are you addressing karmic cycles here? No, so the cycle that I'm mentioning is the healing spiral, right? We all say that healing comes in a spiral. You must have heard this, definitely. Like, healing is not linear, right? So, many a times it will so happen that कोई एक आपके अंदर एक emotional issue आया, कोई एक trigger point था, कोई झगड़ा हो गया, या some misconception or an argument took place, and then you are like self-reflecting on it. You try to journal, you try to breathe out all of the negativity, you brought yourself to again a positive state, and then the situation gets better, right? So but then again, that will be the trigger which will be in the same aspect. It will be on the same lines of the previous trigger, and you feel like you are going in loops. कि यार ये इसको resolve तो कर दिया था, मैंने process तो कर दिया था, I worked with it, I did the inner work, I did the स्वाध्याय, I did the reflection, but फिर भी ये वापस क्यों आ रहा है, right? But it comes up again because this time it's coming up around with a finer response, right? So every time it comes back, you heal a deeper aspect of that core wounding. Okay? I hope I'm explaining it right, because I'm lost right now. I don't know how to explain these things, sorry. Yes, I know that काफी strong masculine energies, capacities, right? So okay, so speaking of masculine, let us come to this reading now. The first energy card that is coming up for the masculine is pain, right? So there is some sort of a deep pain, deep grievance which is coming up for this particular masculine, and he's healing a particular karmic cycle. There it is, you mentioned karmic cycles, right? So and one of the feminine also mentioned snake. So I really love this this photograph, right? It all of these cards, like this entire deck has photographs, right? But I wanted to create something which would really help me to go very deep in my intuition, right? And to get things out, to get the readings out, like to get the messages out from the cards, right? So this is a deck which is available. It's called the Energy Oracle. This is the first volume after huge success, and it was really well received, thanks to all of you. Many of you loved it, and so I came out with the second one as well, which is colored. So that's Energy Oracle Volume 2. But yeah, so this particular photograph I picked because it really reminded me of the scales on the snake's back, and of course we have karma over here. So I feel like there are certain karmic repercussions that this masculine is dealing with. There's a lot of emotional pain, hurt which is coming up, which is basically a part of the dissolution of the bad karma that was created in the past. right? It might be happening with you as well, dear feminine, if you are in your masculine energies and you feel like emotionally bogged down, very heavy. This might be happening for you, right? So there's a call for you to come into presence, to know that right here, right now, in this moment, you are letting go, you're shedding, right? You're letting go of old energy, right, which belongs to your past self, right? You were the one who grabbed the snake, right? So snakes are beautiful, man. I love them. I just love snakes. So so when I'm connecting with your person, with your 3D person, I feel like there's a lot of pain, especially which is coming up as a result of the bad karma that is created with you in the past. Like, they know that they are undergoing this current situation, this current hurdle and challenge. It's because that they had caused you pain. They were the one who had caused you pain in the past, and thus now they must they dug their grave and now they must lie in it, sort of an energy. And this masculine also wants to come back to you with a present. I feel like rather than a material gift, this is more about the masculine now returning to you with a greater presence, right? They want to be there in your company, in your energy, and to really cherish, because I feel, look at this scales over here as well, okay, in this card as well. Wow. So this masculine really wants to return to you and just be there in your company. I feel like just your company was so healing for this person. Your energy itself, it guided them. And I'm feeling like from this card, this is a very beautiful card again, which says the guide, and there's this door from which there's a huge outpouring. It's almost like a waterfall, but from far away I saw this like the head of a woman who is turned away. All right, so when you turned away from your person and when you started focusing on yourself, on your own healing path, I feel like that was the moment of no return. That was a point of no return for your person. Like, energetically speaking, it's like everything changed, and I'm seeing like the floodgates of understanding, it came in. Like, they had sudden realizations, they had shake up moments for everything that they had caused in the past. It's like when you pulled away your energy from this person, that was the moment wherein they started having these guidances, right? It was like the alarm bell, right? The alarm bell went out, and I have correction. So that's when they knew that they need to course correct. It's like it's a huge grave error on their part. Of course, they also know that it had to happen this way, but I feel like that was a moment which changed something very deep within them. And today the masculine is working on their solar plexus, I feel, with this citrine card, abundance. This person is I'm getting the word inheritance over here. So I feel like this masculine is doing quite well financially, but this energy around it, I feel like, because I have pain and I have present also, right? So this person is trying to be present with their pain. They are giving themselves that space to just feel everything that they're feeling today. And we talked about spiral, healing and spiral, right? So here is the fossil, the beautiful shell fossil. So this person is doing quite well materialistically. I feel like this person is in a quite good space when it comes to finances. They might have received certain financial blessings as well quite recently. But there is this sort of void that they have within. I feel like on the outside with this bow, I'm feeling that on the outside this person's life is near perfect. It's like it's perfect. They have the house, they have the family, they have the car, they have the bank balance, they have the business going for them. Everything is working out perfectly. Like, they might be in the pink of health as well. I feel like they are doing quite well physically as well. That's why citrine is showing up, because I'm picking this up in a positive light, right? So this is positive energy for this person. But I feel like internally they are viewing themselves, they are seeing themselves, and they are recognizing themselves to be the shapeshifter. It was like in one moment I'm feeling the snake energy, right? So just like the snake, it will move in one direction and all of a sudden it's going to raise its hood and just like go in attack mode. So probably that's what happened with you and this person as well. I feel like they showed you that things were going in a certain way, and then all of a sudden things just like flipped around. Or maybe this person promised you certain something and they did not live up to that promise, right, and behaved in a completely erratic and opposite way. Wow, I have a tiger over here, and there's this weird dark face which I'm seeing like a doll face with a black eye, and there's this beautiful regal tiger over here. So I feel like this person was pretending to be someone noble, someone responsible, someone quite confident, and there for you. I'm there for service, there for a very positive impact, and then they just flipped around and they showed you their own darkness. This person has revealed their darkness to you, and in turn they are helping you to see yourself as well, because ultimately I feel like this is a twin flame journey, right? So this person is holding a mirror to you, showing you your own subconscious patterns, and these are like shadow aspects that this person was revealing to you. Shapeshifter. So this is like deceit, trickery energy, saying one thing and doing the other thing. That energy coming across today, right? And they know that they have been wrong for doing that. They know that today, right? That is why we have the crown chakra energy coming in. They might be having a lot of headaches, head pressure, eye pressure. They might be having weird dreams, blurry vision. I'm also seeing like flashes of tiny specks and flashes of light that this person might be seeing at the corner of their eye, which is really like something that they are noticing. It might be freaking them out as well, but these are like all part of the ascension symptoms. These are the activations that are taking place with this person. They're coming to a full realization of everything that unfolded, right? And they knew that things had to play out this way, right, for them to realize. So there is a beautiful integration which is taking place today with this fossil shell. This person hid their true motivations and intentions with you, right? With the shapeshifter and the fossil shell, I'm just picking up on the shell, right? So actually internally they wanted something. Probably they might have protected their own vulnerable side, their own feelings, by not coming forward, by not expressing, by not being clear and honest and forthright and direct with you. They were protecting their own themselves, right? Hiding that which is true, because the shell protects the soft creature, right? They are just mollusks who are very, very soft. They're like fragile beings, and they need the shell to survive. So this person was in their survival mode, and look at this, you are also healing your root today, right? So this is like beautiful mirroring energy coming across. Also, speaking of mirroring energy, for the masculine I have abundance with the citrine card, and for the feminine, look at this with the beautiful sunflower coming out, manifestation. And the energy of the connection, also I have solar plexus. So this is beautiful. Like today is yellow day. Today is a beautiful day for this connection, for you to work on your solar plexus, on your Manipur chakra. That's a city of jewels that you hold within yourself, right? Our very purpose of being here is our solar plexus, right? Our purpose, our confidence, our right to existence comes from the solar plexus, right? The right to take up space. Excuse me. So okay, I'll come to this later when I'm doing the connection energy, right? So what is your person today wanting to communicate with you? I often think I see you. Now this card came up outside of the deck and then went inside again, just like a snail goes inside a shell. It'll just like come out and then it'll just go inside because it's shy or fearful. So I often think I see you, right? So this person is seeing you reflected in people who are around them. Probably they're seeing someone from behind and they look exactly like you. They might have your structure and your height, and they feel like all of a sudden, like they feel like it's you but then that person turns around and they realize that it's someone else, right? This person might be actually seeing someone with your facial features, the way that you speak. They might be coming across people who have the same voice as you. Also, I'm getting certain celebrities who look like you might be showing up on their feed a lot, and that is reminding them of you. Like, they think that they're seeing you, but it's not you, you know. We move closer every day, right? We move closer each day, and that is why we are letting go of all of these heavy karmic energies, these imbalances which existed within in the past, this betrayal energy, this low tricky energy, deceptive energy that was there. They are letting it go today so that they can come into this beautiful integration. They know that this is a journey of oneness. They know that this is a journey to God divine. They know that, they feel it by this time, because the crown is what it is, our connection to God, to divine, right? It is a connection we hold with our own higher self, knowing that everything is one, all is one. And thus your person is telling you today that we are moving closer each day. Ours is a connection that defies logic. So look at this. They try to apply their brains, right? They try to be smart. They try to move around the situation like a snake, right? It's like being quiet and moving around, looking around, being watchful, right? They try to understand it as well through their own mind. But this is a connection which defies logic, and now that's why they understand this is a connection to divine. This is a connection of a higher nature, of a spiritual nature. It's something that's very pure. It's something which is very deep, and it is affecting them at a deep level. It is affecting them at all levels. I'm getting to this day, I said, meaning every day they get a little bit better. This person gets a little bit better every day. It's like I'm getting there little by little. Look at this. I'm yours, you are mine. And this line, it's a very beautiful line. It reminds me of what Rose says to Jon Snow. She says the same thing in the Game of Thrones, right? You know, what will be, but first let us live. I'm yours and you're mine. Your face is like a painting. So there it is. Your person is seeing you, like physically they might be seeing you, or your face, or your remembrances are there. There are glances as well, I feel. Also, when this person is communicating with others, I feel like the kind of things that you used to say to them, your words are coming back into their ears. Your words might be echoing, or the people around them are saying the same things which you say, right? Heartaches 12. Yeah, so there might be a lot of there is a heartache. Look at this. That's why this pain card is there. So this person is going through many heartaches, I feel. And again, 12 is the energy of integration. 12 is the 12th dimension. That's what twin flames are here to be at, not at the 5th dimension as you earlier believed to be true. You know, we are not here to simply be at the 5th dimension. We are here to constantly challenge ourselves and travel to higher planes of consciousness. We are there to be at the 12th dimension. 12 for me is Shiv. 11 is, that's why we see 11 a lot. Most of the twin flames, they start seeing 11, right? 11th dimension is the dimension of the Devi, right? So still there is the creation, still there is the world which exists, still there is the you and I. It might be in the highest way, it might be in the purest way, but it's still there. That duality still exists at the 11th dimension. And finally, when both merge, when both masculine and feminine unite, there is the 12th, right? So 12, 21, a lot. Mirror numbers. I am seeing mirror numbers like crazy, and I'll be making certain reels on that. I'm seeing 4774, 4994, 9449, 1881, right? So 12 are repeating numbers again. 1221 shiny. For me personally, I have observed that when mirroring numbers show up, they show me that, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I'm thinking, whatever perception I'm holding for this journey, my person holds the same in this exact moment. My person is all like, we are on the same track, we are thinking the same thing. So it's a gentle reminder to bring yourself to a positive state of alignment, rather than slipping into a lower one, rather than choosing to stay in a negative one, right? When you lose hope for your connection, for your journey, your person also starts to lose hope, right? Because remember, everything that you want, everything that you desire is also desiring you, right? I'm just accepting the journey. Lovely. So this is all that is coming across from the masculine today. So where is our feminine? For the feminine, look at this, I have silence. So remember, I mentioned in the earlier part of the reading, it is a call for us right now, is a call for us to just relax ourselves in our body, relax ourselves in our mind, and just allow the thoughts to settle down, right? If thoughts are coming in, just watch them. Just be a silent observer, be a clear witness to your thought space as well, right? That's where you become aware of the thoughts, right? And the feminine is letting go of old beliefs, old systems, old beliefs, old structures. The old self is basically crumbling. It's you walking away from everything that was not serving you, right? These old beliefs, these fears coming up, these insecurities, it might be like lack mindset, right? You're healing that sensuality. I feel many of you might have the intimacy block, or like certain issues around self gratifications, certain issues around like hyper consumerism, right? Either you might be like very repressed in your sexual energy, or you might be like hyper, right? So this is coming up, this sensuality card. Look at this beautiful Saturn coming out, right? So this card is basically inviting us to be in balance, in tune with our bodies. Specifically for the feminine, it's quite difficult to do so because there's very little information to go around on these topics. And I feel like it's very important for the feminine to be in connection, in tune, in alignment with her body, with her cycles, because that's what the feminine is. Feminine is literally the body, the physical manifestation of who you are. You might be a man, you might be a woman, but your physical manifestation of spirit is feminine, right? So when we are in tune with our body, we automatically come into a greater balance within our own root chakra, within our own Mool Aadhar chakra, right? Mool Aadhar, the basis of your existence. The basis of your existence is your physical self, and that is why they, again and again, all of these spiritual gurus, they will ask you to come into presence. When you are present, you are fully aligned, fully in tune with your body. You are fully in tune with your mind, with your emotions. You are able to respond to life in a very harmonious way, in a very reciprocal way. You are alert, you are aware, right? But when we get lost in the embroilment, when we get entangled into our own thoughts, into our head space, and our emotions start outpouring, we feel like we cannot handle stuff, and then we must look to the other. Yes, you have all of the help that you need. You have your community, you have your support, you have your guides, you have your teachers, right? You have your readers, you have your healers. But at the same time, this is coming to a deeper understanding of self, knowing that when you are fully aligned with divine, you can deal with any given situation, right? All of the answers come into you like perfectly, all right? So the feminine also learning contentment. This is 10 of Cups energy. Look at this beautiful hands with this is the husband, this is the wife, this is the elder kid and the younger kid. So I had real fun creating this deck. So with the contentment card, I feel like today, dear feminine, you are healing the pain of not having family, not having married. You're still in like this lonely energy आज feel हो रही है feminine के लिए, right? कि मुझे कोई मिलेगा कि नहीं, कोई मिलेगा तो, right? Will they be better than my counterpart, or will they be better than my masculine, right? Or will my masculine ever come back? Is there a possibility of us coming together, having a family? Because I really want children. Today you might be feeling that like baby fever very heavily. You might be seeing babies again and again and again, right? And that might be giving you baby fever. So you're all the more missing your masculine, right? But today your masculine is coming in that and letting you know that we already have a partnership, right? We have an assignment. It's a divine assignment. Stop treating this journey as a romantic inclination and start addressing this as a spiritual assignment. It's a very, very pure connection that we hold with each other. So in essence, your masculine is not just your partner, they are also your teacher, your guide, your guru, your friend, your confidant. Okay? So and so are you for your person, right? But in this aloneness, look at this, notice that I never used the word lonely in this card, and I chose aloneness, because this journey is ultimately teaching us all oneness, knowing and understanding that your person is you, they are you, just reflected in the physical establishment of another individual. Your person is you, everything is you, right? And in essence, the world is a mirror. Right? So when you come into all oneness, you will automatically come into this peace. You will automatically start communicating with the universe, right? When you are at peace, when you are in acceptance of everything that is, when you accept your circumstance, your situation, your person's decisions, whatever, you settle into being. Start being present, right, with existence, and thus your energy starts reaching the universe as well. Your energy starts moving forward, your wishes then start moving forward, and you start vibrating at the energy of what you want to bring in, right? What you want to bring in. Speaking of it, manifestation, right? So with the sunflower card coming out today, you are building your self-confidence, dear feminine. I feel like there is a lot of beautiful Mooladhara and Manipur energy coming across for you. This is root chakra, this is solar plexus. So you're coming into your own vibrancy, your own acceptance of self, right? And in the oracle card, I have the witch, experimentation, rebellion. So I just saw the toddlers of the laborers. Wow, okay. So with the witch card, I feel like on this journey, on this path, now is the time wherein you are now fully in acceptance of this journey, of this path. Like whatever it brings, whatever comes, let it come. I'm here, and I feel like there might be some fears coming in with regards to the future of this connection. There might be some fears today that might come up, but it is completely up to you to heal them, to release them, right? To know that everything is unfolding in perfect divine timing and that God is in charge, God is in control. So you simply need to relax. You don't need to karna hai. Always in that state, karna hai. And look at this, speaking of spiders, here's the web, right? I just spoke about spiders and that's when this came out, so that's why I smiled. So we'll come to this later a little bit. With this card, I feel that the feminine is again being called to lay back on her intuition. Remember, in the beginning of the card, in the beginning of the reading, I said that the root chakra and the Agnya chakra, the Mooladhara and the Agnya are connected. They are mirror chakras, right? So when you are established in your knowing, when your third eye is completely open, so to speak, right? When you know that there is no duality, that's the time wherein you are firmly established in your root chakra. You become incredibly powerful in your physical existence, like quite literally, right? And you are able to dissolve all fears because you are able to see through the illusion, you are able to see through the veil of separation, right? So today you are being called to start practicing your own experimentation. It's like you are being called to be creative, dear feminine. You have many gifts. I feel like you have many spiritual gifts. For some of you, you might be like very good with plants and flowers, herbs. So you might want to try like Ayurveda. Some of you do hold that information and knowledge about like ancient Indian medicine, healing with medicine, right? Healing with herbs. You already have that information, so you might want to consider Ayurveda or learning more about it. Some of you are naturally gifted with herbs, and others, I feel like some of you might be very good with creating artwork, So this is also something that is coming up for you, right? And then I have Thanatos or Thanatos, I don't know how to pronounce it, but let me just come to the guidebook a bit. I feel like again, this is again, dear feminine, this is a call for you to just settle into your being. Just come into this beautiful wait. Wait can be beautiful too, right? And you don't necessarily need to wait upon a person as such. You don't need to wait upon the feeling of coming into the same zone as your person is energetically already there, right? Bring yourself to that knowing, bring yourself to that state wherein it's already done. So this card, it means bearing witness to all there is. It is tempting to oversimplify death and to sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form, right? Allowing things to be just as they are, being okay with what is, right? It leaves a mark of ash upon the heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. Beautiful. This is really powerful. It signifies death, and that is what I was getting. You might be picking up on this energy because your person is also undergoing that very painful end, right? So painful end of the old self. So I feel like you might be feeling it on a spiritual level, because ultimately you are connected spiritually with your person, energetically as well. So right now is the time to allow things to pass on, right, in peace. Shivani is asking, past life regression therapy might help, or Akashic record session from someone credible. I really want to see my past lives. See, it's already happening for twin flames. You don't need to go out of your way to see it, because many accounts, many people have come up to me and they say that it stands revealed in dreams, it stands revealed in lucid dreams, alright? Because please understand, there is a reason why you've forgotten that part. When God wants to bring it forward from your record memory, it will come forward. When you are ready, your guides are already going to bring it to you, right? When you are out of your way to face it, it's very heavy. When it comes up, it is extremely heavy. I mean, personally, when I have experienced that past life regression, I had to sit with it for at least 2 weeks for it to clear fully. So it's it's hidden from you for a reason, right? And when you are there in that space, probably now is the time. That is why you're getting that internal feeling that I need to get it. So please get it done from a trusted source, because ultimately, see, we know it's energy work, right? So from someone whom you trust. Yes, I agree with Shivani. Now, how can I hate eagle? What would be the so above, so below for the spirit? Why would you hate yourself is the question. Yeah, there is one in YouTube PLR, but it's really long. I have to try it out though. I would suggest doing it with a person for some reasons, yeah, because it helps being in someone else's presence as well, when they can hold that space for you. Yes, true, I have seen some of it in dreams. Lovely. Never try such therapies from YouTube. I'm a psychologist myself, so I know YouTube ones aren't exclusive for everyone. Lovely. Thank you, Shivani. I really appreciate your inputs. I might need to consult with you for my Shadow Oracle deck as well. You can just let me know if it's any good. Lovely. I would love to have your views on it, dear. I am having vivid dreams these days. Yes, so the dream space is really scary for some. It's really intriguing for others, but certainly is not plain and boring. Many of us are having very, very weird dreams, right? Lately. I mean, I know someone personally from QLU. He's really good at PLR, so is video, right? So I also know a person, Shiny. If in case you need some assistance from a healer, I would be happy to suggest her name to you. Yeah, because it's better if you are in the presence of someone loving, uh, you know, presence of a healer who can be able to guide you better. Just like Shivani said, I agree with her. My experience psychic attack. See, there it is. There it is, because you are leading your guard down, right? You're leading your guard down, so it has to be with a trusted source. And then again, YouTube is fine, it's good, all of this knowledge is available, all of this is available out there, but you never know how it plays with you, psychologically and at the awareness level as well. You open yourself to anything and everything basically, right? So I wouldn't want that. Yeah. So what does the feminine want to convey to the masculine today? Your physical touch is like no other. So I feel like you have received a lot of healing energy from your person. Your person has actually quite literally helped you heal on a physical level, I feel. But today the feminine might be craving the energy of a masculine. That way we are magnets, right? So we are always drawn to each other. Sometimes we are repelled, and other times we are drawn and attracted to each other. But just like the coming and going of magnets, we keep on getting drawn to each other. So you might be in the push and pull phase of your journey, wherein sometimes you are incredibly like drawn to your person, to the energy of your person, but at other times you find yourself to be repelled by them, right? I wish I could hold you tonight, right? So this is again feminine desiring some closeness from her masculine. This might be like reassurance or gentle confirmation from her masculine today. We are intertwined forever. Lovely, beautiful cards coming out from the feminine as well, right? Today I'm craving his physical touch since morning. Yes. Shivani is saying yes. Someone did mention it to me that such random videos drain the energy way too much and cords get connected. Right. Even you wouldn't believe, Shivani. I don't know if you would agree on this as well, but I have come across subliminals, and for some reason I cannot seem to get myself to listen to them. For some reason I don't know. I'm like, पता नहीं किसने बनाया है, क्या बनाया है, वो खुसफुसा रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं वो भी नहीं पता मुझे. I don't know. Maybe it's my own trust issue, but then again I'm like, the energy is always like no. It's like no, I don't want to listen to YouTube subliminals, please. It's better to listen to a meditation but not subliminals for some reason, right? Because ultimately you don't know who has created it, from what intention, from what energy, from what place they are coming from. So it's better to just like, because the feminine is very, very, very vulnerable. This is my own understanding of the journey. The feminine is someone who holds such pure love, and such pure, like she holds such an immense capacity to feel, that she actually like opens herself to being vulnerable. Right? So it's really important that you activate your own masculine senses and just like bring a little bit of understanding that it's not everyone who is all good and pure. Just because you are good and pure, you're going to see the world in those eyes as well, and it is really, really dangerous that way. So one of the very important things that this journey does, through the rejection that you face from your masculine, through the betrayal that you face from your masculine, you actually get shaken up in your awareness. You come to your awareness, you almost like jolted to it. It's like, oh God, I cannot trust this person also. So it's not the person basically, but it's what you have been allowing with yourself. Your inner masculine has been sleeping all this while, right? So when you activate yourself into coming into awareness, you understand that not everyone is to be followed blindly, right? You activate your own discernment. Okay. Right, lovely. So I'm opening the floor to some questions. If you have certain questions, I know there are only 7 people, but if you have some questions about this journey, about yourself, about your person, whatever, you can mention it over here. I'd be happy to answer them for you. Shivani saying, I absolutely agree with it. It's like my nerves get tingling. Also, it might be your nervous system rejecting it. I would recommend creating your own subliminals with your own affirmations. Lovely. That's a very neat idea. That's an incredible idea, Shivani. Thank you so much for that input. I would certainly love to do that. Lovely. So I'm inviting questions as of now. Like, if you have something to share. My inner feminine was sleeping all these years, but I'm learning. So was mine. I mean, I've been in my masculine for the longest time. So much so that when you have your own masculine in front of you, like the person, you like, the other person was in such embrace of their emotions. I felt like I was a robot. I was leading a robotic life. I was like, man, like, it is a huge act of courage to embrace your emotion to that degree, to that level, and I was completely suppressed. So that was a changing point for me to start allowing myself to feel, allowing myself to just like be myself, because I had to be this charge, to be this person in charge all the time and to get things done and to, take care of everything, to create structures and norms and all of that to get work done. So I had been functioning in my own masculine energy for the longest time. And that's what happens on this journey. That's why this journey is very, very beautiful. Also, because your person comes in, your 3D person, they come in and they return your polarity back to you. So they return your own original template, which is of the feminine, right? Which is of receiving, which is of just like being in this state of acceptance, being in the state of wonder and creation, and enjoying your life just as you are, not having to do things like going out of the way to prove, right, or to be valued or to be accepted. And you just allow yourself to start relaxing into your own feminine more and more. So one of the greatest gifts that your masculine gives you is your own original template of being the feminine. Since you hold the feminine polarity, you are meant to be more in your surrender state, right? I don't hate myself, but a few people who crossed my life, I'm doing the forgiveness meditation. Lovely. Forgiveness always helps. Always, because you are now just wanting to unburden yourself. When you forgive, you set yourself free. You not only set the other person free, but you also set yourself free. And it's all right. We all have those characters. We all have certain people in our lives whom we wish we never met, but we must hold the utmost gratitude for these people, because they were the turning points. They were the teachers they were the spiritual masters, the teachers who helped us realize that something was fundamentally unbalanced within. And we needed to come into our own softness, our own alertness, our own discernment, our own forgiveness, our own acceptance, etc. Shani saying, okay. Arohi saying, when I go silent for some time, I stop seeing angelic numbers, and I came later, so then I start seeing them again. When you are silent, you will stop seeing angelic numbers because you are already in alignment. So my theory is that kabhi kabar hum unbalance mein aa jate hain na, when we are in a disbalanced state, when we slip into negative states, be it in thought or emotion, that's the time when the angelic number will pop up to remind you, hello, you are on this journey, everything is good, everything is fine, everything is going well, right? So please come back into presence. Right? So that's when you'll see it. But when you are already in alignment with God, when you are trusting in God, understanding that your journey is moving forward swimmingly, perfectly, that is when the angelic numbers, vanish. Or maybe sometimes that, certain messages want to come across to you, and that's when you see the angelic numbers. Please talk about the life force energy and how it gets stuck. Is it about the sacral chakra, womb healing? Talk about this topic, please. Alright, so life force energy is basically being, right? Devi Shakti kya hai? Devi Shakti, when you understand Kundalini Shakti or Devi Shakti, life force energy is simply about existing, being as you are, authentic, pure, unbridled, right? Many of the spaces, if you have come across other spiritual accounts from the West, you might be coming across rewilding of the feminine, rekindling of the feminine, or rising feminine. What are all of these things? This is the feminine finding her full potential once again. Through years and years and years of oppression, through years and years of social conditioning, through years and years of this patriarchal dominance, feminine lost her voice somewhere. Our grandmothers went quiet. Our ancient understanding of connecting with nature, it got lost. So it was not about paganism. Nature is who we are essentially. We don't live in nature. We are nature. Right? We are a part of nature. We are a part of Mother Nature, Gaia, Earth, existence itself. Right? So everything we see around us has to be organic in that way. But then we got cut off from that. Things had to be this way. There were many rules, there were many structures and norms and conditions that were put upon the feminine, and thus she lost her voice somewhere down the line, right? It's really, really sad, but due to the insecurities of a couple of masculines, that was the distorted masculine energy which wanted to restrict and control the feminine. You see, if you notice and if you observe human history through the last 500 years, everything that man has done was to just like strangle nature. Everything that we have been doing with nature, we have been doing with our own feminine. It's really sad, but the good part is that we are now undoing it. You are in the process of undoing it through raising your own energy, through doing the inner healing work, through carrying out all of the shadow work. You are now coming to full expression of yourself, right? Everything that we feel, everything that we are being called to follow intuitively. Intuition plays a huge part for the feminine. That's why you see all of these oracle readers, witches and healers and shamans. They were all women as well, mostly feminine, right? But now we all have this stigma around channeling and expressing and bringing messages and all of this. Right? The feminine herself is the oracle. You sit in nature for 15 minutes, you will start receiving like aha moments, like ding 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 ding. What is that happening? You're receiving wisdom codes, light codes from nature itself, right? From the feminine. So we are coming into this zone of being authentic in our own feminine expression, right? Allowing ourselves to rest, allowing ourselves to move through the moon cycles, not through the solar calendar and through the solar cycle. So men will have this hormonal cycle of 24 hours, right? Wake up, go to work, eat, sleep, rest, and then wake up again, right? So that's why the masculine is associated with the sun, but the feminine, she has a 28-day cycle. She is in a constant flux. Her body, her emotions, her her size, the size of your face, it keeps on changing, and you come across this beautiful reharmonization within. It's like everything is changing and moving within the feminine, right? And it happens over a period of 28-day cycle. That's why the feminine is associated with the moon. Now what we are doing on this journey is to rebalance both, right? Our Surya Nadi and our Chandra Nadi, both Ida Pingla, coming into a beautiful reharmonization within, understanding that we are here to establish our connection with God Divine. And how do we come into that? By allowing our energy to move upwards, towards our Sahasra, towards our क्या बोलते हैं यहाँ पे जो पॉइंट होता है ना, उसका नाम होता है, मैं अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है, बट हियर्स द पॉइंट, राइट? So in allowing your life force energy to move upwards, not concerning yourself with the worldly is automatically coming into a higher alignment. Right now our challenge is मेरा health, मेरी needs, desires, wants, मेरी insecurities, मेरी jealousy, right? मेरे grudges, मेरा self expression, right? And then there is the again the third eye chakra gets blocked by not sharing your knowledge, not sharing what you have benefited from, right? How is the third eye, how is the Agna blocked? Agna is blocked wherein you have this beautiful resource of knowledge, knowing, understanding through your own rich experience. You don't want to share it with everyone. Why? Because these are secrets. Not everyone must have it. If everyone has it, they will be going ahead than me, right? So you're still in separation, right? But if the other is you would want them to benefit from this knowledge as well, isn't it? That's why greatest teachers are created or come into existence, right? So allowing your life force energy to move upwards, not concerning yourself so much with the material, with the physical. But for that we need to come into our own dedication and devotion. For that sadhana is required, right? For that single pointedness is required, of purpose, of motivation, motivating yourself to be unconcerned with anything that is external, because you're trying to light something up within. You're trying to establish that connection with divine. You're here to know what divine is about. What is God? What is divine? What is me? I don't even know how many hair I have on the top of my head. What the hell do I know about anything else? If I don't know about what is there on myself, what do I know about the world? How does it matter? I don't know. And it's a huge pain. It's a spiritual pain when it is felt, of not knowing. That is when you come into alignment about your own path, where you are completely dedicated to your journey. You're like, I don't want to concern with anything else. I don't want to concern myself with anything. First, let me know this, what this is. Then I can speak about something else, isn't it? Hindu is saying, I know it's Megha, but I like to call you Hindu. Sometimes feminines pull down other feminines. It's good to be in masculine energy, personal experience. Right, so I'm sorry for your past experiences, Megha, but doesn't have to be so though. We are in this beautiful space of like feminine supporting the feminines, okay? So you are the change maker, you are the path breaker, you are here to challenge that. You are here to challenge this notion itself, right? Shivani saying balance is key, yes. Shani saying, earlier before I met my masculine, I used to be very high in sexual energy all the time, which I channeled in the form of creative expression. But since inner work journey started, I became this person without passion, not feeling so sexual. It happens rarely or when I meet my counterpart. Like I'm not making enough efforts to style myself even. My passion was linked to my profession. Now I don't know where it has gone, even though I liked it. Right. So as a result of that activation itself now, Shiny, we are actually quite blessed to be on this path, because most things happen on their own, you know. It has happened with me personally as well. Many of the things I was doing, and then later I come across these guidances that, you know, what I was doing was for this purpose, to move ahead on this journey, on this spiritual path. Now with regards to your passion, you know, that energy, when it starts moving upwards, you will be concerned with other things, right? Primarily wherever the energy is, yeah. So you will notice before your activation, like for me personally speaking, before my own activation to this journey, my energies were predominantly in the root only. Most of the concerns were around ghar, bar, paisa, bank balance, saving and all of that, you know, how to move around, like the daily stuff, right? So not necessarily it is like that for you. Probably some person who might have gone through the twin flame activation were dealing with a very massive, very bad heartbreak. They were probably dealing with a loss of a loved one, right? So wherever the energy predominantly is, whenever the activation takes place, for you the energy will automatically, it will start coming upwards and upwards, right? So for you, it's not that you have lost your passion, it's just that you are now finding meaning in other things, right? It's a result of your energy moving upwards. Well, more than balance, I see it as feminine standing up for feminines rather than jealousy or gossiping. Chakte India hockey team. Oh, okay. Okay, lovely. Yeah, so अभी आप दूसरी चीज़ों पे काम कर रहे होंगे. Sex is not the primary concern for you, or maybe not, art creation is not the primary concern for you now, right? Meaning that your attention is being called to other aspects of your being, right? So naturally that's happening. It's not that it'll be like that forever. So it's like we come to it through cycles. Something that I've understood about my own journey is that even the chakra system, it's like it's a cycle that we follow. So it'll be like sometimes it's the solar, then sometimes it's the third eye, then again it's a root chakra issue coming up, right? And then of course there is the cycle, meaning आप जो पूरे साल में जो आपने एक राउंड जो आपने कवर किया अपनी चक्रिक हीलिंग का, this time again next year it'll be again the root, something like that. So it's something predictable, which is quite interesting that I found about my own personal experience. But yeah, so it's probably it is something that you address as well. Shweta saying that's true, can fully correlate. I miss creating, doing makeup, indulging in creativity so much. I miss nurturing my feminine energy. Right. I'm sure. But you can do that. It is something that you can pick up anytime. It's not like maybe motivation नहीं हो रहा है, maybe energy अभी नहीं है, क्योंकि आपकी energy अभी कहीं और जगह required है probably, right? Maybe you are being called to do deep research. Maybe you are being called to, focus your attention towards something, some knowledge which has been long kept secret, something like that. I feel, that's why naturally interest in those areas will fade away, right? I am right now overburdened with a lot of things. Oh gosh. Bring yourself towards a relaxation, dear Shweta. It's what they say in Taoist philosophy, right? It's like you are a leaf which is resting on a river, right? So wherever the water is taking you, like a leaf, you go in that direction, right? There is absolutely no resistance, no friction, no trying, controlling, no doing, right? That is what we are also learning on this path, from doing to being. We are taught, ये करना है, but ultimately if you know what is to be done, it becomes a very beautiful, harmonious part of who you are, right? And then there is no fighting, then there is no I am doing it. कर्ता भाव से आप हट जाते हो, ठीक है? करने वाला कौन है? हम सोचते हैं कि हम कर रहे हैं, but ultimately करने वाला उधर बैठा हुआ है, right? We are simply like puppets to the puppet master, right? And I know puppet is something which the ego doesn't like to hear. I'm not a puppet. What the fuck? Like someone is pulling my string and I'm doing ding ding. No, I don't like that idea, right? But if you bring yourself to this understanding that it's a beautiful cosmic order that we are coming to experience. It's a cosmic order, right? And we constantly are through these cycles of creation and destruction, internal creation and destruction as well, right? Work, personal things, karmic and family balance, right? So come into that relaxation, ना? मतलब what is there? Allow things. जब बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है आप महादेव को दे दो, फिर देखो, फिर मुझे बताना, जब ज़्यादा हो रहा है तो महादेव को दे दो, right? Give it to heaven, give it to God, right? And come into your full relaxation, whatever it is that you want to bring in. Being gentle with yourself, understanding that you are giving your best, whatever you're giving, you are giving your best. Perhaps you want to look into like people pleasing, and you might also want to look into the need to receive appreciation from people. That's why we overdo, that's why we put in so much of effort, right? Shiny saying, I understood that the biggest block that has been on my personal journey is my attachment to my comfort zone to keep myself safe, and because of this, same here, Shiny. Same here. I wasn't taking action in so many things that needed my action in order to fulfill my dreams, wishes, and to move forward with life. Definitely 100%. Shweta saying, I'm questioning myself, like, do I need this in my life? I wish I have easy life with my twin flame and have all the moments. You already have an easy life. That's what I'm saying, right? If you allow yourself to ease, like right now as well as I'm speaking, you can just bring yourself to just drop your shoulders. Just relax the muscles in your calves, in your legs. You can relax your tongue as well. Probably it is touching your palate. You can relax the muscles on your neck. You can start relaxing muscles in your arms as well. And just as you start bringing all of these relaxations, you'll start feeling certain tingling sensations. Right? This is you into your full body presence. Right? So this is all it takes. It just doesn't even take like a whole minute. Right? But we are so caught up in our minds, just like even this 1 minute we are unable to give to ourselves. Right? And as you are on this path, you can extend the duration little bit, little by little, you can extend this duration. Towards this end of life, I just noticed that I'm not feeling the pain in my root anymore like earlier. Wonderful. Wonderful. So certain issues already addressed, हाँ. झटपट काम हो रहा है लग रहा है. It really feels good. I started yawning when you said relax. It is crazy when I say relax, and then when I start speaking these things like relax this group of muscles, relax that group of muscles, people are like, huh? That is the amount of stress that we hold within our own physical systems. And then we wonder, where is this coming? Where is this pain coming from? Where is this tightness coming from? Right? I was automatically kicked out of the live. Yeah, because I was doing body awareness thing, na? That is why. You have been so present with us. It is a girl. You are meeting the unmet needs of our inner child. Yawn, मैं बीच में थोड़ा सो के भी उठ गई. Lovely, lovely. So that is just you giving yourself that space just to be yourself, right? Lovely. So thank you so much for being here. It's a gift. Okay, maybe it is a girl. Speaking of all of the baby fever, huh? I agree, it's all mind body work. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Thank you. You all have been very, very beautiful. You have been wonderful for being here, allowing yourself to be here in this space. Thank you so much. Take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys around.